And right now we've got Adam on board to give us his thoughts on Half Minute Hero. Check it out.
Half Minute Hero is a fever dream of awesome. Now that doesn't mean it's perfect, but damn it does it deliver on nearly all fronts. If you've got 30 seconds, Half Minute Hero challenges you not just to reheat some cold bacon, but save the world. Originally released for the PSP, Half Minute Hero will definitely stand out as a pick up and play type of game. Now this doesn't hurt it at all for those playing it on the various other platforms it's reached over time, as it delivers many hours of gameplay which one wouldn't necessarily expect from the title. Spanning 6 game modes, Half Minute Hero injects awesome old school flavor into just about every genre you can imagine, from RPG to shoot 'em up. Every mode has its own story, its own game mechanics, and its own music, and the basic theme of completing each level before 30 seconds runs out appears in all but the last 2 modes, which while still time-based are handled differently. What isn't readily apparent is that eventually the stories and characters across the game modes all come together for the grand finale. The story isn't exactly going to win any awards, but that's okay because it doesn't try to. Instead, you get this amazing, humorous writing and hidden jokes throughout that will bring out more than a few laughs for the players. What is readily apparent, however, is the literally face-melting awesome that is the soundtrack of Half Minute Hero. When I first booted the game up, I was nearly blown out of my chair by a theme that was so campy but so absolutely perfect that I couldn't imagine it getting any better. But of course it did. In all seriousness, almost every track in the game will get your heart rate up, which is needed, of course, when saving the world in less time than it takes you to brush your teeth in the morning. Graphically, you have a couple of options depending on which version of the game you have. Play it on the PSP and you're rocking the retro 8-bit look, which I honestly believe is the best for this game. The Xbox Live Arcade and Steam versions have a more anime-drawn mode, which some people might enjoy, but I think ruins the feel of the game overall. Something else of note is that while in the new style graphics mode, the modes beyond Hero 30 are all different than their 8-bit counterparts. They play similar to Hero 30, but are only one level apiece, but it's a nice change of pace that adds something extra. Now, as I said earlier, Half Minute Hero does have its faults. Mind you, it's a relatively short list. While it's almost mind-numbing thinking of how the developers managed to cram so many genres into this 30-second formula, some of the modes ended up being a bit weak because of it. While I won't go too much into the detail about the modes, as it would ruin the experience for most people, I will say that the modes' game mechanics become weaker over time. What I mean by that is, the further down the mode list you went, up to the last 2, the modes get generally more trivial in difficulty. You don't really need to stick to the rules of the mode all that much to wade through the levels with ease. This fault is partially mitigated by the fact that in order to beat the levels in the shortest time possible, you usually have to pay more attention to what you're doing. However, if you're not trying to be the best half-minute hero ever, this doesn't really come into play. And that's it. That's pretty much what I came up with. As mentioned, there are leaderboards where your best times, your friends' best times, and the world's best are kept there and you can reference them if you wish. There's even a multiplayer mode where you and 3 others are thrown into various levels to race one another to the finish. The mode is pretty basic, but you'll likely have some laughs so you can get a few friends together. I should mention that what levels are included, achievements and leaderboards, graphical options like I mentioned before, and even unlockables all vary based on which version of the game you have. For the purpose of this review, I played the Steam version. Now, I don't have time to discuss them all here, but if you do a quick search, you'll easily be able to find all the information on whatever version of the game that you're interested in. Half Minute Hero is certainly worth a look for anyone interested in something that they don't have to devote hours to in a single sitting, although admittedly you may end up doing this anyway. Music that will get stuck in your head for days, great writing, all-around solid gameplay, and a truly unique experience is what awaits you should you choose to take up the challenge of saving the world in 30 seconds.
that's going to do it for us. Special thanks to Joseph and the awesome gaming volunteers at HalCon for introducing us to the new age of board games. And as always, to Adam Perry right here at the Last Game Store as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Mike.
And share your 4 in February story. Rose!